Yikes. That's looking real bad. There's a breakdown going on right now. But we have erratic behavior back and forth here into the last hour where there's resistance and important resistance that's highlighted. So it's really here like just at the end. Like 250. But then I have a movement to the upside at the close. So I think probably when we get into this oversold territory here, we'll see some sort of turnaround. Right, so like I said, I felt like we're probably more likely to have the low today. We'll probably see the same low tomorrow, or it's possible we see a lower low. But that's what we're doing here is we're gonna have like an important support level on a multi-day scale that's highlighted here tomorrow, and then we should have some sort of reversal with the move to the upside into the 18th. But that's followed by probably another visit to the low here on the 21st. And I think this is probably, see how we're coming up on this really important resistance here in the brown that's really thick? This was the Emperor resistance at some point in the past. It was identified as an important support level on a multi-day scale, probably somewhere right around here. What day is this? Around the 11th. So if I go back to July 11th, I'll probably, or around there, I'll probably find the Emperor price level, Emperor card there, or something like that. But that, in any case, it projected that this was an important price level. And since we're coming up on that, and we've got the sideways rotation of the Prince of Discs, and then we've got the Ace of Discs here the following day, I say we probably establish a support level. And this is very Mercury retrograde right here because this is very much like in line with what the last card says. So we could like write this off as this price level here as the latest truce price level. And I put yellow in swords in yellow. So it's still in line even though I didn't see that drop. What day is that? The 15th. Right, so we're coming up on that right now. Hey, Joe. Yeah, guys, I didn't see that drop. It's still there. I mean, it's in the cards. Looking at it now, I'm like, ugh. And that's very Mercury retrograde-y. Hey, Trading Altitudes. Hey, Conrad. Hey, Tabraze. Hey, Robert. Um, so to Braze, I'm holding SPC. Well, my family's holding SPC, not me personally, but my family's holding SPC, and we're not selling anytime soon. It's not happening. So anything that on the downside, I see as opportunity. Um, I think you probably don't want to get out here, guys. You probably would feel bad about it, getting out here, because there should be. I mean, there should. This is still this reading is still pretty darn accurate. Um, it's just that I kind of misread this last card and missed this decline. Um, so in any case, the remainder of the reading should still be pretty accurate with the move to the upside. Although, yikes, we've got the Ace of Discs there. So yeah, so this support I think is really gonna hold. You want to come up, buddy? Where are you? He's got a sprained ankle. He's still hyper. Poor guy. Um, I would wait till we bounce off of this here. Hey, look who's using his leg a little. Happened a few days ago, actually, over the weekend. Um, where you trying to go, buddy? You want to go over here? I gotta make room for you. I gotta make some room, goofball. Here we go. Making some room, making some room. Alright. Okay, buddy? You're a good boy. What do you mean for Scion Capital short and QQQ? Like, what happens with Scion Capital or what happens with QQQ? I want to figure out if we're going lower tomorrow. See, guys, we're coming back. There should be a pretty substantial move to the upside here, and then I might get out of the long position at that. I would probably get out of the long position at the close after a notable move to the upside, because we're gonna have a drop overnight or off of a brief peak early in the day. There should be a pretty big move to the upside right around the open. But what I would do is I'd probably short SPY here at the close, like right at the close. Um, it's tricky, guys. It's tricky. Good old Mercury retrograde. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna open lower, move notably to the upside tomorrow. So, and we see the low again at the end of the day. And this is probably the low here. This price level is my sense, because this is a super important. For whatever reason, my intuition told me to mark that Emperor card more so than any other Emperor card, and here we go. This is why. That's the way this stuff works, guys. You don't always know why you're doing it, but until the moment that it's relevant. So probably what I would do is right at the close, exit long, open short. Tomorrow morning, first thing in the morning, close short, open long. And I would probably, in the first half hour, or the first hour, I should say, I would probably close the long position. There may be like a pretty notable move to the upside here with the devil card. It's a little hard to determine. See, even here, the sneak preview card is talking about attempting to establish support. Um, and then here we go at the end of the day, the Prince of Discs along that support level. So I think probably in that first hour or so, out of the long, open up short. If you want to do a day trade, you could close the short here, like early afternoon or after a move to the upside to a new local high and then back down. But I probably would do it early afternoon and not wait too long if I was going to do a day trade. I would also enter into a long position here in anticipation of a notable move higher on the 18th. Let me just double check on that. Yeah, there's a notable move higher on the 18th. Boom. With a bit of a sell-off at the end of the day, maybe. Yeah, so if you've got puts, hopefully you followed advice and you're not in puts that expire on Friday, because like you would, not puts. So there's a couple of the different ways to play this, guys, because we're going to see the low again. But in any case, I'd say follow what I said so far, except the part about puts at the very end. Forget that. But there's probably a really good move here, off of this support level that we'll see here and probably at the end of the day again as well. And it's interesting because there's opportunity to open up a short position here, but that's really throughout the day. It's not like overnight per se. It's throughout the day, and that's what you would do here in the first hour: open up short position, close short position for a day trade. Ugh, I hate Mercury retrograde. It's probably getting to a point where it's becoming difficult to trade under the influence properly. We're not even near the intense part. Hermes already got a sprained ankle. I knew this was going to be an intense Mercury retrograde. My gosh. Will Bitcoin reach $100,000 by April 2024? I don't believe so. So for QQQ, oh hey AV. So for QQQ, Which way are we headed over the next couple, over the remainder of the week? I see to the upside coming. Big move to the upside. That's a pretty ballsy move. That'd be a pretty ballsy move to get into a long position right now, but that's when you make the most money, when you have the biggest balls. And don't forget, you also have to be right with the biggest balls. But it looks like we're bottoming out here pretty much. Oh, well, I did the 16th and then I got into the 17th, but I'll go back. Right, so end of the day, open up a short. Oh, yikes, you're right. Okay, so end of day, open up. Okay, so if we move notably to the upside at the end of the day, I would say maybe to this price level. If we came to this price level or a notable move to the upside, I would open up a short. But we need to see that move to the upside to a key resistance where we like establish support at a higher level. And could probably close that short midday or at the end of the day. Looks like we revisit the low there at the end of the day. Or, well, we may not revisit the low at the end of the day, but looks like we revisit the low somewhere, most likely the end of the day. So on the 17th, open up long, close long, open up long. Close long, but there's going to be a skew here too. I got to remember because it's Mercury retrograde and there's going to be a lot of volatility. So it looks like we're in a really strong downward trend at the moment. Wow, there's so many lines. Yeah, we're there. We're pretty much there on that timeline. But I think it's really tricky, guys. Like, this is probably a lower price level than what we see here. This is probably a lower low. It's possible. It's the same low or lower low, but with this kind of trend, it's pretty, well, it's 50-50, guys. It gets so unclear around retrograde. It's 50-50, but it's either the same low or it's another low. And the reason why I say it might be the same low is because the overall trend is this. So we have like this halting of a bullish trend here right at the start of the month, followed by a decline through key support. And then we have sideways rotation as the overall theme. So we should see sideways rotation here. This is kind of like an important support level that's being highlighted here today. So that goes pretty strongly with the thematically with the theme card. And that does end with a fast sudden move higher. So it's in all likelihood, this is a pretty big move to the upside out of a trough. Or maybe it's the same low as here, and then there's a big move out of it. Looks like we do go lower in September, guys, so don't get caught off guard. Like, the bottom is not behind us yet. Have the following reached their lows for August? AMLI. I got a yes for AMLI. SoFi. I got a no for SoFi. UPST. That's a yes. There's going to be a pretty big move to the upside on UPST. QS. We reached our bottom. No. SEEL. Have we reached our bottom for August? I believe so. I got a maybe followed by a yes. And then PayPal, PYPLs reached the lowest, low slow for August. I got a yes. Well, hey Miradula, will QS see $20 in the remainder of 2023? So by the end of 2023, does ticker symbol QS reach $20? I gotta know. Will SPY move $4 from the bottom tomorrow? See, we're coming off the low there. Let's move this right up to here. Right there. Perfect. Will SPY move $4 from the bottom tomorrow? Will SPY move $4 higher from the bottom tomorrow? Yes or no? I gotta know. Bone? I think I did something for Bone. It hasn't come out yet. Let me take a look. Either that or it's on the list. No, I got something. Alright, so it's not marked up yet, but it is one on the agenda. Before Bone comes out, Baby Doge is coming out because we have somebody that's like been like just he really wants to see Baby Doge. So we're working on it. It's almost done. It just needs to be pretty much edited. But what I do see for Bone overall is pretty bearish. There's a notable opportunity towards the end of the period, the 10-year period. So in 2028, it looks like there's an opportunity there to open up a long position on a multi-day kind of scale. Maybe also here in 2026, but this is probably better because there's a breakout on a multi-year scale to the upside in the following 10-year period. But this 10-year period overall, notably bearish. This resistance is probably similar to this resistance. Let me take a look. Yeah, so the resistance is probably it's probably this resistance that we're seeing several times here in 2024. There's a resistance that's highlighted in 2023. I mean, and we're seeing it here at the beginning. We're seeing it here at the end. This is and we saw it also a little bit here in 2022. So I would say this resistance is probably revisited here. That's my sense. And by here, I mean 2027. You're welcome, AV. Bone to leash. Please tell me, is there a leash coin now? My god. Guys, it's like mini disc players. Like, the majority of these will not survive. There's just way too many of them. It's ridiculous. Hey, Billy. Welcome. Will BTC go lower? Let's take a look. Wow. I would say that this is got to be a bottom here on the 25th. It's a prominent trough. It's the Ace of Swords, which in a lot of cases is an important price level. You don't see it as a bottom too often, but it is correlating to a prominent trough. If we go lower tomorrow in Bitcoin, then that would make this the low, and that would make a really big. There would be a really big move to the upside here, from like the end of the 27th when we revisit a support level into the 30th, 31st. There's a really big rally there. So if we go lower tomorrow, that's what happened. I think will happen. This will end up being a low, the lowest low, and then we'll have a highest high here. Oh, my bad. I was looking at it wrong. So it isn't a lowest low. So then we're going to see pretty much higher price levels into the end of the month from here. We might see a couple cases where we're lower than this price level, this resistance level that's being highlighted today. Roughly 29.42 or 29.30, 35. We may go lower than this price level again, like when we come out of this low. In other words, it's possible that we see the low again, because we're not far from it. So it's possible we do see the low again. There's multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance here, crossing this big move to the upside, pushing the upper end of the range higher. So basically this range right here is the range that I expect will be pushed higher towards the end of the month. What you might do is open up like 25% of a long position there in case we go lower, just in case, because I'm not always right. And then I would open up another 25% here after a sharp drop on the 19th through multiple support levels. And then I would fill up wherever we are, lower or higher here in the midst of a decline on the 24th. I would pick up the remaining 50% of whatever my position is planned to be in anticipation of this big move. We may revisit the lows again here on the 27th, but it's looking pretty bullish, guys. Hey, Senska. Hopefully that helped. Rest of the week. Notable move higher tomorrow. Notable decline off of a peak or crest on the 17th. Pretty mixed on the 18th. Bearish on the 19th pretty significantly. Which is why I say maybe here, after a sharp drop overnight, I might open up another portion of that long position. Do I see 455 SPY tomorrow? There's that move, jeez. I just didn't see the drop there, which is so frustrating, but very, the drop here, very Mercury retrograde-y. Like, this is still a valid reading, it just left out a piece, which is really annoying. Very typical of retrograde behavior. Do I see, what was the price level, 455? I don't think so. Well, I mean, that's not that far away. Let's see. Yes or no? Do we see 455 on SPY tomorrow? I got a yes. And it was the wealth card. End of day move to the upside. But I still think we open lower than wherever we close, just to be clear. And I think probably end of day or midday or end of day, there's the low will be revisited again. So there's a pretty notable move here to the upside. It looks like early in the day. Oh, 445? Yeah, 445. Looking at 445. Hey, Conscious Evolution. Welcome. Let's take a look at Apple. What a drop. What a drop. However, off of the lows, there's going to be a pretty big move to the upside into another like peak or crest that'll stand out, and then another drop to a prominent low. Pretty notable drop. There might be even like another gap here early in September. And you were talking about from August through September 11th. So I can tell you they're doing these Apple iPhone announcements in the midst of retrograde. So communications are going to be kind of like things will likely not go as expected, or there'll be some sort of miscommunication, or something that's, you know, said isn't going to come to fruition later. Uh, it's pretty mixed. It's pretty mixed. So there is a big move off of the low here, probably to a peak or crest mid, like right on the cusp of August, September. And that's an opportunity to open up a short position. Or we might just drop right in. It looks, maybe it's the very end of August. We might just drop right into September. So not looking so bullish, unfortunately. Sorry to say, it's mixed, but to the downside. Appreciate it, Randy. Yeah. What a move there. Wow. Now we have moved to the upside. There should be, like, if you're short in SPC right now, I would probably take profits on a short position here because we moved so much. Hopefully you got into the short position early, like when we had this little wick to the upside, and then we moved to the downside. But the majority of this move might be here into tomorrow rather than being on tomorrow. So if you've got a good profit, I'd say take it, open up open up 50% of a long position. And then if tomorrow we go lower, open up the other 50. If we go higher, just sit with what you have. And then we get pretty bullish towards the end of the month here, guys. And then really bullish in September. I just hope we don't go much lower. Ugh. Alright, what do we got? Is there a lower low in SPY tomorrow? I don't think it's going to be lower. I think it's probably the same low. And the reason being, it could be like we could be in like this awful downtrend. We are getting close to retrograde, so there should really be some like wild stuff going on. But this is a really important resistance, or excuse me, a really important support level here that we came up against today. We have an important support level highlighted here, and then an important support level with the big move highlighted tomorrow. I think we probably revisit the low, but I don't think we go lower tomorrow. And then I think we most likely revisit the low again here. We might go lower here. I would say we're much more likely, if we do go lower, to go lower here than here at the end of the day on the 16th. And by here I mean much more likely to go lower if we do go lower on the 21st. But I still think there's probably like a 50-50 chance of it being the same low, and that's because we've got this sideways rotation here.
How you doing, little guy?
You're welcome, Billy. You're welcome, Conscious Evolution. Thanks for watching. You're welcome, Joe. Anybody that I missed. Alright, guys, I'm going to roll. As always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to follow the Rule of Karma. After retrograde, we will have a Discord, private Discord channel just for people that repeatedly follow the Rule of Karma. and it'll be just a group of people following the rule of karma, and we'll be able to really develop some strategies to make a difference in the world. So that Discord channel will be coming out after retrograde, and if you're wondering when retrograde ends, really at the very end of September. So make sure to follow that rule of karma, and you do so here on the resources tab of our website. Where did I put it? On the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders, where we ask that you donate 5% of the profits that you make from this information forward to one of these charities, and 5% of the profits back to the channel as a thank you. Much appreciation. And that leaves you at 90%. Make sure to spend it out of love. As long as you follow those rules, the universe will send it back to you tenfold through this channel. There's other ways you can support the channel too, like monthly subscription is really the best way to support the channel. That and the rule of karma everybody should be following. But you could subscribe to any one of these, and you get the paid version, which gives you what trades we see as the best trades and what type of chart behavior to look for entry and exit points. It's about 3 to 8 additional minutes of content. You can also order 1 year's reports. This is where you would get your ticker covered. You put in the ticker. Well, you have to be logged in, but you put in the ticker ticker or crypto and the year, and you get a 1 year report within 3 weeks. It takes a little time because we do it based on astrological influences. And then also, let's not forget the early access. So all the stuff that comes out on YouTube comes out notably earlier on early access, which is $29 a month. Also a good way to support the channel. All right, my friends, I'll see you guys tomorrow.